I was on a college campus and I was holding a baby. I don't have a baby. But I was holding this baby and I knew that it was a really good friend of mine who I haven't seen in a couple years. It was his baby. And I walked outside and I saw this woman trying to hail a cab or screaming into the street, and I realized that it was the fiancé of my friend, and she had no idea that I was there or that I was holding her baby. She didn't seem to be paying attention. She was just very occupied with something, and I knew that I was holding the baby because he had to go run an errand, and so I had to take care of it. And all of a sudden, these big clouds started to gather, and they had these huge gaping mouths, and they were gray and black, and they blocked out all the sun. And then all of a sudden, these bullet raindrops started to shoot out of the clouds' mouths, and it was a huge storm. It was absolutely terrifying. And so I started to run to look for cover, and I realized I really had to protect this baby and make sure it didn't get hurt. And so I was running and running and running and running, and then all of a sudden, a skyscraper got hit by an airplane, and it crashed, and I was like, oh my God, we're under attack. And I was freaking out, and I was running with this baby, and another building crashed, and another building crashed, and I looked down, and I realized I needed to be running and jumping and swinging and free to escape, to go where I needed to go, to be safe, and that I couldn't do it with this baby. And I realized I can't take care of this baby right now, and when I said that, it disappeared completely. The baby disappeared, and I was running, and I started to swing from the structures of the buildings, and all of a sudden, then people started shooting at each other, and there were a lot of people murdering each other all over the place, and I was just trying to stay alive. And then I got to this field where this one man was murdering everyone with a knife, and there was blood everywhere. It was just gruesome and disturbing. And I said, oh God, I can't even remember this specific thing I said to him, but the reason he was doing this was because he felt jilted. He felt like this woman wouldn't go to a dance with him or something, like some ridiculous little thing. But he felt really jilted, and so because of that, he was just murdering everybody. And so I said, this is not right, you know. And I just felt with my whole being that it's just not right. You don't have to be like this, you know. And then for some reason, he was like, oh. And it was like a clarity, like a lightning and clarity, and all of a sudden, everything started to go really fast backwards. So everybody had stabbed, went through a reverse motion of stabbing, and everybody was running backwards and going to the place that they were in originally, and I started to soar. This is such a strange, okay, so I started to glide almost in the air over where all the murders and everything had been happening, and as I was going, the buildings were coming back up, the skyscrapers that had fallen were shooting back up, and there was this music playing. It was just this really epic orchestral music, and I was singing, and I was just letting it all out and singing, and then I woke up. So when I woke up, I felt very happy because all the destruction had been reversed, and I had let go, and I was free and flying, and it was awesome.